skill that is nice for me, and every single monster
Yeah,
drops it.
so this is like stacking on like all the good materials, like catch a talent, all that stuff. And so this would result in whatever the 6 material is, like when turning, and I would get 36.
Welcome back, everybody, to some Dungeons and Dragons with Monster Hunter D&D. I was just, and they were just talking, so I figured I'd go live and say hi afterwards. Where we left off last time, they just got back to the Helix Commission, and they had a bunch of catching up, buying stuff, you know, the good old stuff. And where we ended was everybody needed a long rest before talking to important people. So where we ended was Nierva waking up after an awful nightmare. Nightmare, you get glimpses of it, but you don't really fully remember it, Nierva. Is you just see flashes of red in the sky. You see people, you don't know who they are, but they won't go away. And obviously, you see your parents. And when you wake up in like a jolt of panic for a second till you realize where you are. You see Vel ahead of you at the table. Just it looked like they tried to keep watch over you, but the exhaustion finally took them. And you feel movement. It's something hard. You're wrapped around something hard, and when you look, you see the egg, and you feel that you hear like a cracking sound. As when you turn to, like, you move around it and look, you see 2 yellow horns poking through. That's where we're starting. What do you do, Nierva? I'm giving you the spotlight. You missed out last time, so you get the full spotlight.
Nierva will stare confusedly at the egg for a few seconds. And as soon as it makes another attempt at pushing out, she'll wake up Vel with a mental shout.
You're finally awake.
Or Zenma, sorry.
Or
no, it is Vel, yeah.
Yeah, Vel. I said, what?
It's hatching. Come here. And she'll kind of uncoil from the egg, but still hold it steady. It has to push itself. It has to push its own way out first, but after that, no. We'll see what happens.
So, as yes, Vel.
Would I know that if it works like ducklings, like the first person they see, do they attach to them, or?
Roll me and.
What do I know about baby dragons?
Yeah, no, that's the question. I guess let me take a look at the skills real quick because there's several that could happen. Knowing this, you can either do survival or it. Because I don't think it's something that you've studied, so I think survival is the best. I mean, if you think Vel would have studied the hatching of dragons...
I mean, would it be animal handling, maybe, or...?
Animal handling... See, let me hover over it. It tells me stuff. No, I don't think animal handling would work.
I'm okay with survival.
Yeah, I think survival is the best.
What is religion intelligence?
Because it's not so much like how wise you are, it's how much you remember how smart you are with religion. Some other systems like Pathfinder or 2E has as wisdom. If you can give me a good reason why it's wisdom, I don't mind. That's a pretty good roll for the first roll of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Somebody going down here from here.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Disregard the test rolls.
Yeah, exactly. They don't exist. So with that, now I have to decide. It's more likely than not that they at least they might not, depending on how smart it is, it might not like imprint, so to speak, but it very much might prefer whoever it sees first. It's hard to tell because you don't know what this creature is, but your guess is it can't hurt if whoever you want it to imprint on is seen for it first. It won't hurt.
As the egg is shaking and the shell is breaking, I will tell Niorba, you should be the first one it sees, for good measure.
Okay.
He will recognize us as family.
So how I imagine this, it very much, and let me get a good picture of it so I can visually see it in my head. But what I imagine is you guys see it push the horns a little bit more, almost like egg teeth, and you see like you see it like pull back and just like kind of little claws like at the holes it made as it eventually starts to widen them and push itself out. You see it's still a little wet from the egg sac inside, but it managed to push itself out, and what you see is very much a yellowish creature. I hate that I have to fight it for the token artwork, but it's gonna be the same either way. I didn't put actual, but yeah, you see very much it's a predator. It's a flying wyvern of some kind. It looks very like almost like Sergio's with its scales being more sharp and bladed, but you see almost like a tiger print black pattern on the wings, and these longer like ring talons on the edge. As you do see what you guys are already knew, and that the viewers already knew, a baby Raydal.
Woo!
But obviously you don't know the name for it.
I don't recognize that species.
It's broken its way out of the egg then?
Yes, and you are the first one it saw.
Good.
Um,
Starts licking the egg fluids off of it.
Welcome to the world.
yeah, it lets you. It very much is coming to its fruition of a mental, or like this is the world kind of thing. And I think as you lick, you get a little like jolt from it, not enough to hurt you, but enough to know that it's capable of. Yeah.
She'll keep licking it, but
Your tongue is numb by the end of it.
Zemna, go get some fish.
Yes, my lish.
And I think we see Nerva licking it a little bit more as the camera follows Zenma out to go to the cafeteria to try to get some fish. It's probably really early. Let's say Elliot, August, you two are awake and getting some breakfast.
Yeah.
Vel is practically running.
Yeah, you guys see in the door comes Vel, doesn't pay attention to you, just runs straight to the kitchen area. And then after a second, it's running back out with a decent sized fish.
I give Argus a look like, what the?
Argus is just gonna kind of, You see his eye kind of like peripheral of his vision, just kind of watching Vel grab a massive fish and go back. I'm guessing Yorva woke up.
If that's the case, that's good. Maybe we should go see what's going on.
I mean, Argus will probably just look at his plate, which is already pretty much like half done, and just he's just gonna scarf down the rest of what he has. Pretty much just like, scoop it all onto whatever utensil and just big a bite as he can.
Elliot will follow suit, which he didn't get much.
Then we fade over to Val, who just gets back. As you get back, you see the creature eating what's left of the shells, because a lot of animals actually do that typically.
Yeah.
Calcium.
It's good. It's good initial calcium for them. And it like sniffs the air. It looks over to you.
To whom?
At you, Val. Because you have the fish. It smells it.
Hi, little one. You must be tired. And I'll give her a. I'll try to give it a fish big enough for its mouth. Oh,
Yeah.
Did I bring a single big fish or many fish?
Which would you have grabbed? 'Cause this is up to you.
I think Belle will take like as much as she can fit in her arms.
Oh
Like,
god,
in a hurry?
Val's gonna smell like fish for weeks. But yeah, you have several decent sized fish then, as you slowly try to feed it.
Nerva will nudge it and show it how to actually swallow a fish,
Yeah,
appropriate size.
it very much tries to mimic you. As we see it like finish the fish, it kind of like coils up next to you and like falls asleep as August and Elliot get to the room.
How do they enter the room?
I imagine Vel probably didn't shut the door as she got back. So it's more that they don't enter, they walk up to the open door.
Yeah.
Like,
And they
knock.
and they see the creature.
Elliot, as soon as you make a noise by the door, Nerva's head snaps towards you. And just
I stand there frozen. Like, no.
then she looks away.
Takes a sigh.
What you guys don't understand is Mid didn't make just one character ready to kill all of you guys.
And sorry.
No, go on.
Argus is just gonna kind of peek his head in, seeing that both Yorva's awake and the egg hatched.
As it's coiled up, all four of its two main horns are like coiled forward as well, and it has like little nubs where the smaller horns would be.
I was expecting the food to be for Yorva. I wasn't expecting the egg to hatch so soon.
Oh, Nerva is eating some of the fish.
Can't let go all the waste. But
As you can see, it is hatched. I don't know what it is, but it's mine now.
Could Argus just kind of squint really hard at this thing and see if he can make like a check to just kind of recognize it?
Go ahead, survival or history.
Okay, survival I'm good at. 10. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have no idea.
Yeah.
can I?
Yeah, I mean, you can attempt to. You read books.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm leaving up the.
Is Elliot with us? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I have a plus 11.
Jeez.
No, I feel like it makes sense for him maybe not know this.
Yes,
I mean,
because unfortunately, 19 is not high enough for the DC I have set in my head.
Looks
No, that's
similar to Regios.
yeah.
Well, kind of looks like a Thorogius, but not a Thorogius.
I've heard of flying wyverns with, well, similar wing protrusions or whatever you'd call them, but I'm not sure if I've seen or heard of this species before.
Maybe it's kind of like the Dashiguma? You know, that's being rare and such? Or just a new species entirely?
Quick question. I know there's like ancient civilization stuff, but like people like as in like the modern sort of society here, they haven't been on this continent very long, or
They have for a decent amount of time, but they haven't explored all of it.
okay.
A lot
or-
of the island to the southwest is not very well explored, and the Shroud Peak Island.
Yeah.
And there's probably some bits in the desert that haven't all been explored.
Yeah. Or well, has guild presence been here very long?
No,
maybe?
guild presence has not been here as long as people have, and
Okay.
that's why the commission headed here because it's not
Yeah.
as strong.
Well, most of the research groups, guild, Helix Commission, they haven't been here quite long, so there's bound to be quite a few species that have gone, maybe not undiscovered, but undocumented. Yeah,
I don't
but
know how let the commission poke and prod at this one.
I'm not sure if that would be a good idea or not either, but
Yeah.
well, at least seems healthy, all things considered.
Yes.
Just by curiosity, has it shown any unusual abilities or elemental capabilities?
It tingled when I licked it. But other than that, no.
Okay, keep an eye.
Is it currently sleeping right now, or is
Yes, it's currently sleeping. It's coiled up
Full of
with its
fish.
it's coiled up with its two side horns it used to pierce the egg pointed forward. But while it was eating, you saw that those horns moved to the side to like let its face like get to the fish.
its horns are rather movable, which is strange, but
Well, that's there is a few species with, well, similar properties. Well, at least I've heard of them. Though usually it's more like sensory organs rather than actual horns.
Yeah. The horns, like you said, I wonder what purposes the horns serve then, like if they're capable of moving.
Regardless, well, are we just going to keep it in here, or what is the plan with the young one here?
I think that we have to take it with us. We don't trust the commission with it yet.
Yeah.
If
I
those
mean,
bastards touch him, I will murder everyone in this place.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we tell this to Ayane just to give her alert so we can give this baby some protection?
it Perhaps it would be good in case someone stumbles upon it. Would rather than not think there's something on the loose. So
We can-
that's up to you.
We can answer that question later, though. How long was I asleep?
Yeah, because the last thing you remember, Nerva, was being in the middle of a fight with Teosha.
Oh,
And then you got knocked unconscious, and now you're back at the commission.
I presume we
It's-
won, but last I
It's
knew, it was not looking well.
it's been, I want to say at least
3 years.
It's maybe
It's been like a day.
three.
total.
Yeah,
Day,
yeah, about a day or so. Joan also went unconscious after that fight, but she woke up much faster. You, you stayed unconscious. You were, showing signs of at least being alive, but we didn't really know what to do.
Oh, speaking of that, how's your mind?
How do you mean? I'm not sure what you're asking. I feel normal, if rather well rested.
Senna?
Hmm. No signs of magical madness?
Can you tell when you're mad?
Mm.
No, I seem fine. As far as I can tell, I don't know how you check for that. I'm surprised we made it out of it alive, though.
Yeah.
Well, admittedly, it was pretty close. At least, most of us were down and out by the end of the fight.
Yeah.
He was an adult elder of fire. To be honest, I didn't think we would win.
Well,
Ye-
I would have a hard time even calling it an elder of fire in the state it was. That was quite dire.
It was quite rude, too.
Yeah, from what we figured out, it was much weaker than it would supposedly under what condition it was in. That by chance allowed us to actually beat it, though its mind blasts were the worst of it.
Yeah, its death seemed to unleash a great deal of its psychic energy, or whatever sort of malady was plaguing its mind. At least it was, at least it's not suffering anymore, but it was very close to us being the ones that never came back. Rather than just I guess the scientist came back as well, but I'm glad that everyone survived.
What'd you do with the body?
Burnt it.
Well,
We gave him a funeral pyre.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
did not carve it?
No.
Bell stares at him, glares at him.
Good.
I really wanted Nerva to be like, well, you should have. The pragmatic side of it, why it'd be like it could have helped us.
I do not care about lesser creatures. Ones that do not speak or think. But elders should not be. Elders are not parts. They're not clothes. They're not your weapons.
You guys are gonna have to let Neva die before I can give you Elder Dragon parts. Just that's what it
I mean,
seems.
well, yeah, it
I
just
mean-
depends on what it is. Like a true dragon or something like Dalamadur.
maybe they can like gift us like some scales or
That sounds
I don't know.
painful.
Like oh look, I'll clip my nails; they will grow anyways. You know.
Don't think that's how it works.
Yeah.
And why would I clip my nails? I need them. Anyway. We should. Well, what did they say? What did the commission have to say after we returned?
Well, we haven't quite gotten a chance to talk to people yet. We had to take some time to recover after the fight, get our bearings. We did at least collect the rewards and sent. Sorry, what's his name again? His name was Regia, and sent Regia in where they needed to go. But well, I think it would be better to deal with the current situation with all of us along.
Well, I guess we should see to that then. After we stop at the cafeteria, I'm still hungry.
How small is the?
It's currently
now.
a medium creature, so it's,
Okay.
it's probably smaller than you guys, but it's not
So
quite
it's
small enough to
small.
be. Oh, it
Yeah.
says small. Then it is
Yeah.
small.
Okay. I'm just wondering if if we're gonna have to bring it with us to places, I'm wondering if it's small enough to just kind of bring in a backpack of sorts, just kind of have it
Oh,
poking its head out.
Let me see.
Well, at least if we need to be discreet,
yeah.
it could keep up with us, I'd imagine.
Okay, so small creatures between 2 and 4 feet.
In the torso or in total?
It's reeled. So I would say it's probably like a foot and a half tall, but 2.5 feet long. Like correct proportion wise, like that.
Is a cat small or tiny?
I believe a cat is
It's tiny, right?
I'll check. One thing, load. Cat is tiny.
All right, so it's probably closer to 4 feet long, maybe a foot and a half tall.
Yeah, I could see that.
Squares or space, player character token squares are your threat range, not your body size.
Yeah, I know.
So it seems like an appropriate size. It's probably 40 pounds, 50 pounds.
Probably. So it probably will gain weight rapidly. So you're gonna try to leave it here, or
No, she'll pick it up and put it on her back.
Aww.
Pick it up with her teeth and put it on her back.
it probably sleeps through it. Its scales are a little sharp. They're not quite sharp yet, but they're like baby puppy sharp, like in teeth.
Baby puppies have
Yeah.
sharp teeth.
I
Yeah,
know.
sharp. Yeah.
Their teeth are sharper than adult dog teeth.
sometimes adult dog teeth have at least the pressure to go with them to peel it better.
Yeah.
But they're not quite flared out yet, but you could see where they could. But yeah, you put it on your back. It still it recoils up.
She'll make sure it stays in place with her wings for now. Then walks out the room towards the cafeteria.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Well, I guess going with
Yeah,
the
going
gang.
with your
Now you make sure it stays in place. Are you kind of like trying to hide it with your wings as well, Neva?
Not any more than would normally happen with my wings in the way.
Okay. So as
But if,
you
go
will
ahead.
pass people, and some of them will notice something, but they're not sure what they're seeing, and it's also you, so they're trying not to be too curious because you are a guest here, and they don't want to upset you. But yeah, it's just a short jog. Like a couple people see you, and nobody walks up to you as you get to the cafeteria. And one of the cafeteria helpers sees you, and they call to one of the others to bring out your usual, and you get your leg of like maybe lamb today.
Mufa.
Can't say.
Nerva will eat while standing to make sure her back stays straight.
Harder than you think it is, honestly. Because they have to then put it on the table for you then, which is probably maybe a smidge high for you now, so you have to arch your neck a little bit.
I don't know. She's a little bit bigger than she was.
That's fair.
She stands at 5'1" for height.
Okay,
and
then
12 feet long.
then you probably could sit at the, like, neck on the table and still lean down a little bit. But you get your meal to snack on.
Crunch through it.
The rest of you guys are just like watching her. It's always a process watching Nerva eat. Never a dull moment.
Hey, I mean, it's better than watching severed heads get eaten.
It also reminds you, Val, that you have not eaten.
Okay. Now that everyone it's healthy and and the egg has hatched, and yeah, Vel's stomach will rumble loudly, and she will order a meal, I guess, in the cafeteria.
Yeah, they bring you out the same breakfast that August and Elliot had, which is probably some veggies of some kind of porridge, and like some kind of bread, like not quite hardtack, but it could definitely be on its way to hardtack if you didn't get it now. Just typical breakfast, as you munch it down at the same time as Neva.
Do any scientists come up and try to look at it?
So, no, I think a couple have looked and seen, and maybe they went to tell somebody, but nobody has walked up to you about it.
All right.
So there's at least that. But let's see. Yeah, no. I do
Uh,
think while you guys are eating, somebody does, like one of the message people walks up to you guys, looks at you, Nerva, and looks at everybody else and hands a message to August, and like runs back off. As you open it, August, you'll see that it's a summons from Ihane and who says that a couple people have mentioned a new creature and that she would like to see it. Unfortunately, she is dealing with the head, like the leader of the place, and so if you guys want to come and talk with her right away, it'll be up in his office,
Okay.
or at least in his antechamber. It won't be exactly in his office. It'd be up there though.
Yeah.
we need to talk to her anyway, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Argus probably just kind of repeats what is said or just kind of summarizes it.
It was bound to happen.
Well, this does expedite things at least.
Mm-hmm. We also did have to talk to her about the thing.
Well, that's what I was referring to. It's a
Imagine if the
Dude.
trader was actually Flight all along.
yeah, flight's actually normal. The trader's just been acting all weird.
Yeah, you never know. That's
Never
a
know.
wonderful thing.
Uh,
I would like to point out the fact that Gage jokingly admitted to being the trader, saying
Yep,
that's why they call it the spy, singular I.
Oh,
Uh,
the pun.
Yep.
But
Ugh.
whether or not I'm doing that to you guys again, we'll find out in the future.
No, the spy is the messenger.
Maybe.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to kill the messenger.
Yeah.
You know the rules.
Which means that spy is honestly immortal.
so, they have a new quest for us then, Argus?
Not a quest. We were. Well, Ihane, I believe, wanted to send for us as well, somebody talked about the new hatchling you were bringing with you, but seems that she's busy up in the. You said antechamber?
Yeah, near the leader's chambers.
Yeah, near the head's chambers, and it does seem a bit fast. I'm not sure how word traveled that fast, but I mean,
It's
At
probably
least-
been total like an hour since the creature was born. Because you didn't move quick through the hall, but you didn't move slow either.
I guess.
Yeah, but I imagine like one person passing right next to us, seeing the baby dragon, and running straight to her,
I'm
telling her
telling
that-
Yeah,
and then her sitting down on a table, write the note, give to someone else, and then the person going to us, all in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's the hall monitor. You gotta watch out for the hall monitors. They'll tattle on anyone.
yeah, exactly. You never know. But
As
Yeah.
Nerva hears you say that Ihane wants to see the hatchling, she'll sort of bare her teeth a little bit and then look a little unsure. I suppose we should go see.
If there's anyone in the commission that I wouldn't worry about seeing with this hatchling would be Ihane. She's generally one of the more well-voiced advocates for trying to keep ethics in line here.
Nerva will sigh, then swallow whatever's left of the meat whole. Let's go then.
So,
Argus already ate.
Yep. And Val, you probably finish your meal, what you want to eat of it about this time too.
Yeah.
As you guys travel, I think August, you've been up here before, but obviously none of the others have. There is a platform dead center above the dome. It's jokingly called the Eagle's Nest.
Oh no. Ugh.
To everybody beside, like, why they are not in earshot of flight. As you guys have to travel through a tram to get to a location where an elevator would take you up into it. And it's an elevator that kind of is... It's held by its two arms, and it's kind of almost like a Ferris wheel type, like where it's always keeping you guys gravity down, but it moves up and it turns as it goes up over the dome at the center, the biosphere.
Okay.
So you guys looking out the window, you see the vastness of the biosphere. You see all the different biomes. You see specks of creatures living both together and hunting each other in this biodome. It's quite literally a perfect realization of real nature. As you guys travel up, it takes you a good... It's not a fast-moving elevator, because it would be dangerous to have it fast. So you guys have some time in it as you guys go up. It has a nice, pleasant, like, rumble to it, though, that is kind of calming. Like, not too big of a jostle or anything.
Yeah, and it's just. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, is it playing elevator music?
Maybe, but you don't recognize it.
Okay, I would.
But what were you saying, August?
It's just us in the
Yes.
elevator?
Nobody else is in there but you guys.
Okay. Well,
You
Argus
probably
is just
had
gonna
to
kind of.
show the invitation from Ihane to go up so that nobody
Yeah.
questions you.
Well,
But
I guess Argus is just gonna kind of after we get on the elevator and they're like start basically ascending. Argus is just gonna kind of mention, well, until we can know for sure who to trust and who not to trust, I think it would be, well, it would be at least be wise to be careful with what we say, or be a bit skeptical of what others say. We should, well, at the very least, we should make sure that they can get the information, or at least the important parts of what we discovered. And, well, even if one of them is the infiltrator, then at least one of them would still be able to pass on the information, or would still be on our side. Well, I find it a bit difficult to be this skeptical of everyone I run into, but it's a necessary evil we'll have to live with for at least a while.
yeah, because you've been here for a little while, August, and it's not like you guys had an influx of new people. The people you deal with and the positions that you are here with, they've been here for a bit.
Yeah, but though I do at least have some ideas as to who it might be unlikely to be. Well, the head of the commission. I think it would be. I think it might be unlikely to be him with how much, well, important decisions someone in his position has to make. Someone who is trying to masquerade as him would not, or well, might not be as adept at making those decisions as someone otherwise would be.
Legendary
God.
would appreciate you saying that.
Regardless of what those decisions might be, but
Like, whether I agree with them, he's the only one that can make them.
Yeah. And Hane, I'm not sure if I can guarantee or not. She does hold some pull in the commission and does have a pretty important voice in a lot of matters, but I'm not sure if that's something that could be impersonated easily or not. I'm not sure the exact skill of this infiltrator's infiltration, but something that well, providing a moral compass might be something that's a bit more feasible to try and imitate, though I'm not quite sure she would be out of the picture if both the Lolth and Tiamat's sects of religion are both against her. Her being out of the way wouldn't make too much sense unless she went into hiding herself and was then impersonated. Though, other than that, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the more important members of the Commission. Though some potential ideas as to whom it might be more likely to be. Any member who a lot of information passes through. For example, the Quest Maiden or anyone who works under her might be likely candidates. Or
her name
any
is Ambering Aurelia.
Amberwing. Yeah.
Ambering is easiest to remember.
Yeah. Amberwing or any, well, scientists might be a bit difficult to guess, considering there's very much a wide breadth of topics they study. Could be feasible for any of them to be imitated, depending on their chosen studies. Regardless, I at least don't think we have much to worry about with if it's just Ihane and the head of the commission or ahead.
I think
What
it's
kind of questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
How can we make sure that Ahane isn't a traitor? I don't think a Son of Truth is going to work on her.
I'm not sure, though. If she herself is a cleric of, well, she at least has clerical abilities. Perhaps she might even have the ability to use that spell at an even higher level. I'm not sure if the users are immune to their own spell there, but it could be a...
Vel, as somebody who like knows of that spell, you know that I believe that the user is also affected. So the user
I'm looking at it right
knows
now.
the zone of truth. So it's any creature inside the area, so that does include themselves.
Yeah.
And the person casting it knows whether somebody is under the effects of it.
Oh.
Oh, that's useful. I didn't know that part.
You know, like when you cast this, you know whether a creature succeeds or fails on this saving throw.
And can you choose to fail the saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you could just cast it and be like, yeah, if you don't fail the saving throw. Like,
Oh, I was trying to talk to everybody. You can also just make
Well,
a safety check, have two people do it, and overlap them.
Yeah.
So they can check each other.
Now, I will say there may be ways to bypass Zone of Truth, but if they are, I don't think you know of them, Vel.
Alright.
Because it would have to be some decently powerful magic to thwart it, because it's very clear and cut. But an affected creature does know that of the spell and can avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. That the creature can be evasive yet must be truthful.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't force you to like say the truth. It just forces you to say the truth if you try and respond and like say something truthful or untruthful. But I'm not sure how that sort of spell works myself, as I've seen its use before, but have never quite understood its actual workings, but could be a good safety check at least.
Okay. So if she refuses to willingly take the Son of Truth, she'll be suspicious. Sus.
Yeah. And hold on. And well, if we can at least ID these two, they are fairly important figures. Ayane being, well, someone who has a lot of connections to the higher ups in the commission, and the head of the commission being the one that calls the shots. If this information gets through to them, then that would be our best bet at least making sure that we can prepare for this incoming situation.
So as you guys are getting closer to the top, you Val notice that there's more of those devices that you saw in the other facility with Regia that are along the walls up here of the Eagle's Nest. There's no windows along the sides. It looks like it's completely closed in. And these devices like turn at regular intervals. Some of them turn at irregular intervals specifically. But so as players, we know they're cameras. That's the description.
They're quote unquote scrying eyes.
Yeah, exactly. They legitimately look like security cameras. And you guys, like, as players, will see way more than is needed. There is some that just watch other ones. There is some that watches ways that you don't think anything could get from, but they're watching it just in case. All of that. Whoever lives up here is a very paranoid person.
Yeah, that's the perfect person to tell this sort of information to.
Yeah.
But you guys, the elevator like docks into place and locks in and becomes stable as you guys arrive. There's a big set a wooden door is ahead of you.
For most of the trip up, Yerva was basically her head was less than an inch away from the hatchling,
Yes.
and she was mostly just staring at it and mumbling to herself.
That's not concerning.
Even Argus kind of looks mildly nervous being up here, or at least on guard. Like
So
this
you
place
look-
kind of gives him the
You
heebie-jeebies.
look over the elevator's edge and you see the dome below you, and inside the dome is probably more than a mile down.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you guys knew how big this dome really was.
Yeah, no. Out of character, afraid of heights.
Yeah, that's why I'm not describing it super deeply.
Yeah.
Yerva has wings.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yerva does.
I mean, Argus, he used to be a hunter, so climbing stuff and going to heights is probably a regular occurrence
Yeah.
for him. So, I mean, he's probably trained any sort of fear of heights out of him, or at least most of it. Still, this place isn't a very nice feeling place to be in. You know, all the weird technology, the dome.
I hope I'm
I assume a lot of, like-
succeeding. I hope I'm succeeding on like the mix of the ancient civilization being very tech savvy versus
Yeah, you're
obviously
right.
general fantasy world not being.
Yeah, no, you're doing it good.
But I guess since Argus was sent the letter, he'll probably be the one to lead
Yep.
the group.
You first.
Be right back in a minute.
So you walk up. So what you guys see? There is a platform here with railings, so you can't fall off. It's in good repair, like probably not cleaned regularly, probably a little dusty, except for like the walkway where people walk. There's probably a couple benches along the side, and like I said, there's a big double wooden door. Like it's at least 12 feet tall. The door.
Okay, that's imposing.
Hey,
I'm
you
back.
all know Legendary, so you know I gotta do them.
Yeah.
I have not asked him any of this. I meant to earlier, and I just forgot to. So you walk up to the door, August?
Yeah, he'll walk up to the door and, I guess, knock or whatever sort of way of alerting his presence there is on this door.
So, as you do, a circle along the side of the door lights up. And out from it, like a beam of light shoots out, and you see what looks like an eagle's head. This is like floating there, and it looks around and it turns and sees you. It's like, what's your business here? And then it like stops and it turns, like it's listening to somebody. It's like, oh, very well, you guys can come in. As it like gets sucked back into the circle, and the doors like click and swing inwards.
Okay. Argus is going to look back at the group and then lead them into the crazy bird's nest, the bird brain's nest.
Yeah, the
Yep.
eagle's nest. I still think, at a spur of the moment nickname I just made up, that is a perfect description of this.
It is
Mhm.
Eagle's Nest. Ugh.
Puns
They're trying to make
aside.
them in like
Puns.
places that really shouldn't make nests.
Oh yeah, 100%. But you know,
To
flight
Niorva,
nest-
this is. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say to Niorva, this must be the exact opposite of what a nest is.
Pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of it is metal. It's not like nesty.
trees.
Yeah, no trees.
Yeah. Yeah, where's the straw bedding?
I think the most you guys get is a wilted potted plant off to the side.
Oh.
Damn.
Like it's
All-
clearly not taken care of.
All these cameras, he still forgets to water the plant.
Yep, that's Legendary in a nutshell. Well, as you guys walk in, you see what looks to be like an antechamber of sorts. It's a largish room. It has like a fireplace to one side. It has some seats. You you see some kind of metal figure behind the desk, kind of just looking at paperwork as you guys enter. It looks up. It's like, oh, hello there. Ahane told me she was gonna have some visitors come up. I assumed the boss let you in. He's normally the only one that can open the door besides me. Would you guys like refreshments before they let you come in to talk to them? He like has a water cooler next to him with some paper cups.
Okay.
I think I'm fine.
Do it yourself. And he like puts the cups back and like picks up a mug of oil he was drinking. It looks to be stat wise it would be like a Warforged, but it very much looks to be like a repurposed equal hunter weapon.
Okay.
Okay.
Some sort of automaton.
Yeah, like some kind of automaton.
Yeah.
Probably not super tall. Like most of you guys are probably taller than him. Flight probably likes it, and they keep his help shorter. Makes him feel more imposing, you know.
Does it give Nerva a bad vibe?
Roll an insight. Why you're not sure what to make of it being not of flesh and blood. It literally never once looked at the thing on your back. It offered you guys water, and when you guys said no, it just drank its thing and went back to its paperwork. As far as you can understand, it treated you as if you treated not ants, because it's not looking down on you, like another of your kind almost. Like it's like, well, you're not my concern at the moment. Like it may not have given you like the utmost respect that you might have wanted, but it also didn't show you any disrespect, didn't look any interested in you. Like legitimately, it's just like, okay, and moved on.
Nerva will give it a wide berth, and anyway.
Yeah, which is fair. I don't think Nerva would know anything about equal hunter weapons. What they
Probably
would
not.
use for. But there is a nice fire. The fire is going. It looks like it's a continuous fire spell. Like there's no wood in there. Probably has some kind of wood smell. But that's about it. Light flashed a whole bunch for no reason. Anyways. As you guys like are standing there, it's like 2 minutes before like some kind of gem on the desk flashes, and Automaton looks down at it. It's like, it looks like they are ready for you. You could go through those doors there, and you guys see the doors they point to. They're nowhere near as tall as the big 12-foot doors. They are legitimately probably only like 8 feet tall, like 7 feet tall, normal door size. And it looks like there's like 6 locks going top to bottom on it. None of them seem locked at the moment, but you can see like specific different keys and whatnot that you would need.
Yeah, you know, they are now.
Guess Argus will go in.
Do everybody else follow him?
Yeah.
Sorry, we only accept Electro.
They're just quiet, just silent.
Hey, that's why I give them all Electrum weapon. Gotta find that vendor that only accepts Electrum. But yeah, as you guys walk in, you open the door, and as you step through the doorway, August, you feel a weight on your shoulder as Roll me an Arcana, August.
Arcana, okay.
Yeah, Arcana.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Well.
high enough. I was aiming for 10. It feels like the magic has left your gear.
Oh.
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 I mean, on the one hand, that's good because we know that opposing magic might not be functional. On the other hand, damn.
You don't feel anything.
Yes, certain abilities that you attribute to certain things that you have eaten. You feel suppressed. Basically, any materials in your slots you cannot use at the moment.
Okay, I thought it was just magic in general. I was gonna be like, not being able to breath weapon is like feeling like you're gonna
technically-
sneeze, but not being
well-
able to sneeze.
Technically, and this is confirmed by Crawford, is a dragon's breath is not magical.
Mhm.
A dragon's breath works in any magic zone. Your claws would still work near, like, the weapons all still work, it's just they are of common rarity at the moment. They are not of any magical powers.
What's the inside of the
So
office?
you see it spread out. This room is definitely what most of this eagle's nest is made of. You see spread out a whole bunch of different inventions, machines that look like they were half built but then just moved on from. You see suits of armor along the side that look like they've been well used. They're polished, they're kept. Go to Dumel. Good news, all of the curse effects on you are currently suppressed. You remember your actual memories and not the memories your weapon gave you. The memories of your real wife and child, they need your help. I need to do that at one point, Aaron. That'd be glorious. I'm just gonna copy that and DM that to
no.
Luca. Me and Luca could do something later. But yeah, you also see in the center looks to be in a big wide circle a glass bottom, allowing everybody in the room to look down upon the biodome. And you see on the far side a big mahogany style desk with an Arakakra and Ayahane both at it. So you guys obviously remember Ayahane,
Yep.
but just to pop it back up on screen, you obviously remember her. But I do have the token work to show you for Flight. As the Arakakra you see, he's probably not in any armor. He's probably in like a almost like a suit. It's not quite. It's very nicely tailored though. You see this very handsome Arakakra eagle.
America.
Well, he likes to call himself, and this is something August would know, but nobody else will call him this, the Arakakra. Nobody knows what it means. But that's what he likes to call himself.
Do Ayahane and Flight seem deep in conversation?
Yeah, as you're talking, you hear Flight say, well, I don't care what they want with us. They keep attacking my Dawn base. Need to deal with these drow at some point. We can't just keep throwing them in the dome.
That's what they're doing with us.
That's whew.
And Ayahana's like, I told you, we need to stop throwing people into the dome. It's not ethical. Like, we shouldn't even put half the monsters you put in there down there. He's like, well, if they didn't want to be in the dome, they shouldn't have attacked our base. Like I'm tired. As he says that, he looks up to you guys.
Argus will just kind of clear his throat.
The name inspires and gives you a feeling of freedom that you would have yet to find yourself, or at least that is what Flight would say. Thank you, Alan.
America.
Yeah, but yeah. So you guys see them turn to you, and Ihana is like, good, they're here. I did send for them, like I told you. Welcome in, you guys. I'm glad to see you guys back and safe.
It was. I wouldn't say it was an easy journey, but we made it back alive at least.
Oh, that's good. And I see your guys's newest friend has hatched now. You seem to be searching for a word because there's no real way to describe it. And you just see Flight look up, like, do that, like, bird neck stretch thing a little bit to look up at it. And says, "That's a darn weird Seregios." As he looks back down at his stuff. And I feel like Legendary is the one that would just assume something is something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it would be funner even if he knew what it was and just thought it was a Seregios too.
You guys don't know what he knows.
Yeah.
He's a very smart person.
I have decided its name is Cosnix.
Can you put that in chat? Cosnix. Okay.
Cosmic.
It's 2 words in Draconic, shortened.
Okay. And Ihane nods, like, it's good. It deserves a name. Maybe one day we will know what species it is, too.
Oh.
That should help. I may be able to help with that on the spell front, but that's a thing for the future. I just wanted to see what it was in person. Certain individuals had come to me and informed me through whether sending magic to me mentally or letters up the pipelines that it had hatched. I hope you don't mind, Yerva. I was keeping an eye on it while you were gone. I was making sure it was cared for and that nobody interacted with it that did not have your say-so.
That is good. And she'll kind of pick it up off her back, using her teeth, of course, and then kind of put it on the floor and kind of nudge it awake.
It, like, stretches a little bit, yawns, and you guys see the horns for the front, like, go out to the side like it is in the picture as it wakes up.
Yeah.
You know, having the horns just cover your eyes whenever you want to sleep sounds convenient.
Oh, it's a sleeping mask.
Could be.
Like catch a watcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's like
lick it and then whisper its name to it mentally.
It just kind of stares at you. Like, we'll see a bit picked up on that. But Ihane's like, I hope you guys don't mind, but with the little bit I heard from Regia, I figured debriefing you guys up here in private would be the best case. Just because of what I know happened with his group. Maybe you guys can spread some more information about what you guys fought there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wait, did we give the corrupted Elder Dragon blood and stuff?
We gave it to Regia, I think. I think Regia had it on him.
You gave
Yeah.
some to Regia, but I don't know if you gave
Oh.
all of it.
Actually, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we kept the samples of the corrupted Elder Dragon materials and the Spider Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We,
Well, Argus is gonna, considering Elliot's tendency to kind of blurt out stuff, Argus will try.
Hand across
leave.
mouth.
Yeah. Well, there's that matter to discuss, but this quest we went out on, we discovered quite a bit of information that might be, well, good to know. It was a bit more eventful than we hoped for, but this information could be very important. Though this information does come with a caveat. That caveat is that there's the possibility that, did we get confirmation that there was an infiltrator in the Helix Commission, or just that there was an infiltrator in general?
I think it's
In the
Master.
commission, right?
Let me go back to my notes
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I could.
Because the daily report is here.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
Daily reports. Yeah, I think it was internal communications, wasn't it? What was it? Sect reports. It's one of these.
internal.
Experiments, guild's presence. Yeah, Frostfang.
I'm just double checking stuff. It may have been that you guys just.
Oh, I think we asked, and I don't think we
Yeah.
got definitive proof, but possibility is still there.
Mm-hmm.
So we discovered a bit more. Well, you were previously talking about the drow that have been attacking the commission as of recent. Well, we were out in the field. We managed to encounter another group that seemed to be in collusion with them. But, well, with that, we discovered that there's a much larger situation going on than, well, at least what has been seen with the drow. Most importantly is that information might be compromised. Perhaps not amongst the commission, perhaps amongst the commission, though it has definitely been compromised amongst the guild from what we did gather, in that the main group. Did you find it? Potions, testing, intercepted communication.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. We did. Okay, never mind. Okay,
Whether or
intercepted,
not they are in the commission,
okay.
they
Yeah.
have intercepted her.
In that case, Argus will say, we discovered that there has been messages intercepted from the commission that have been leaked amongst opposing factions, and that apparently there seems to be a sort of infiltrator.
Red, you are speaking Draconic still, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Perhaps not amongst the commission, perhaps amongst the guild or any other major source of information, but we know that they exist. And, well, there's a lot of information to go over.
Okay, that works.
Argus, while he is saying this, though, he'll kind of like keep an eye on like Aihane in flight and kind of just like
look out for any like signs of like what their expressions are showing, how they're acting. Just kind of like look at them and see if they look like suspicious in any way, or if they're how they're acting. And I assume that would be an insight check.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an insight. Let's see what you see.
14. I mean, I could. You know what? Yeah, I'll just use my heroic inspiration.
Okay.
Even though it could be lower, but hey, one better.
high,
One
one
more.
better.
Anybody else want an insight too, just in case?
Yeah.
'Cause you guys are all in this together. I will guys can't really help him insight, but
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
and I know you guys are all suspicious. You just had that conversation, so I'm okay with everybody rolling really.
I don't think Elliot is. He's
Okay. Elliot's probably looking around the room, to be honest.
distracted. Also, really nervous.
not a people's person.
Yeah, not a people person.
I think with a 15, you see a look of somberness on Ahane, as if it's something she might have feared would happen one day. And with Flight, I think with a 24, you see a look of annoyance, not at you guys, as he turns and it's pretty clear up and annoying. Ahane definitely still looks somber to you, Val. She doesn't look like she knew this. And
Okay.
with Flight, you see a look of annoyance, and he looked at Ahane and says, see, I told you we needed those stricter screening tests, and like I told you, those go against basic human rights. We couldn't, basic species rights. We couldn't continue doing those. Like there was HR complaints. Like I don't care about HR. They could go in the pit too.
Oh.
But Ahane turns to you guys. This is dire news. We'll have to do an investigation to see if we can't find whoever leaked the information, whether on purpose or by accident. It might be how the Drow knew about us and knew some of our weaknesses and whatnot.
Well,
I don't think it was a leak. I think it was intentional.
That might be as well. The possibility we have to keep in mind.
And I do have a question for you, Ahane.
Yes?
What do you know about Tiamat?
You see like a pained look happen on her face. He says, well, they had fought her one time. Why we defeated her avatar did cause my death.
Vale makes a face of disbelief. And I guess she realizes now that Ahane is more powerful than she thought.
I'm you, but stronger.
He's like, that was years ago now. And I've never... I tried to limit my interactions with her to this day, just as trying not to be disrespectful to her, for no matter which misgivings I have with her. I don't like the idea of keeping a goddess on the wrong side, so to speak.
We have reasons to believe that someone is trying to bring her back again.
They always seem to, don't they?
And they plan to use me as a sacrifice for it.
That makes sense. The last person that gave himself up to bring her back, he was Tabaxi, and wasn't very draconic, so he had to augment that with parts from different elder dragons.
Yeah.
Having a draconic core would make the body stronger.
And from our findings, and we do have a bit of physical evidence on us as well, we discovered that, well, the Lolth followers have been working with the Tiamat followers. There seems to have been, or there is an ongoing schism in the Tiamat's, in the sect of religions that follow her and the other dragon gods. It seems that there's been some internal fighting, and that Lolth seems to have gotten involved with the business of, well, her resurrection and whatever other goals they have in mind. I'm not sure what the terms of this arrangement are, or exactly why either of them are choosing to work with each other, aside from mutual enemies and mutual interests. But it seems that these drow attacks are not unrelated. They seem to be part of a much larger issue.
And yes, and you see her like face pales, like it goes like a gray color. She's like, if Lolth is a selfish goddess, if she's working together with another one, especially one that opposes her so often, like Tiamat, it can only spell trouble for us. Last time she trusted gods and goddesses to help her, she got banished from the Elven Pantheon.
And I imagine at this point Ellie would type in like, and they're doing much more than that. Just look, Argus like, do we show them the thing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like, just
we, yeah, Argus will kind of like give a nod and try and I'm not sure who has the like actual like the notes and the translation. I assume
I
whoever
would.
has the bag of holding, or yeah,
I would.
Yeah, we're in the back.
that. But
Yeah. We pull. I forget what samples like. I know it's like a horn or something. Scales.
horn, scales. I think probably part of the head, like eyes or something. Argus will just kind of mention we at least know one of the source, or one of the pieces of information that leaked was some of the Helix's research on hybrids, in that the research that they were putting into I believe it was like draconic transformation, like in potions.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
and,
And also, we figured out it was like more than just this regular hybridization. It was like
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Not quite the run-of-the-mill hybridization, but the more advanced hybridization, like that of Joan, our compatriot. That was through alchemy and other methods.
Yeah.
And-
We fought a spider dragon. You can just rip the bandit off, Argus. We fought a freaking spider dragon.
You see Flight perk up. He's like, got my attention. Come forward. Come forward.
Yeah,
He says to you, Elliot, to come forward.
Oh, fine.
Argus will kind of hand Elliot maybe like kind of one of the spider legs that's kind of been like
Yeah,
wrapped up and like kind of put in half almost, and like The horn.
Yeah. Well, Elliot will begrudgingly and nervously approach and
Of course
lay
you're
the
dressed in
leg
mutant.
on the table, if he says so.
You see Flight reach out a hand and like touch your forehead
Mm-hmm.
as you feel like a brush on your like mind, not like a diving in, but then you all see like a sliver of like silver light be pulled from Elliot's head as he's going to cast 2 different spells on you, both detect thoughts and encode thoughts. As he pulls the memory from your head, just copy of it, and like puts it on, like, and he's the only one that's been able to do magic in this area. He might have a bubble around him or around his desk, but you don't know like what that is. You just know none of you guys have felt your magic since walking in here, and he just performed magic in front of you.
Only one getting cell service out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I will just say he knows Elliot is nervous in front of him.
Oh yeah, he's completely oblivious to that. He did not pay attention to that whatsoever as he pulls the thought from your head and then puts it on like a screen of some kind next to him on his desk. And you notice now, something I forgot to mention is across all of the, like across one wall, it's each and every vision of the camera. They're all around him, and as he puts it in this monitor, all of them go black, and they spot up with Elliot's memories of the event of fighting the spider dragon and stuff. You all see it across all of the TVs, like almost like Spider Eye, where all of the TVs are one giant screen, and you just see Elliot's memories of the fight play forward.
Yeah.
It's weird for a lot of you because Elliot gets to see, you guys see what Elliot sees of you, and it's probably not accurate. Like it's. Why don't we do this, Elliot? Why don't you describe how you see everybody?
I mean, I don't think there would be much of a difference. Like through the eyes, they're just the same. Like.
Yes, but it's also your thoughts on them that influence your memories of them.
Oh.
Because remember, this isn't exactly what you saw. This is what you believe you saw. It's your memory of it.
Yeah, it's like how when you remember an event from like your childhood, how the details are always like.
I guess Argus would be a more superhero. With, Joan is like not even crying, but he just like. Why the fuck are they afraid of this? Nierva, I guess, looks more scarier, and I think Val just looks the same, if not more elder dragon.
So I think then I can describe this a bit with you. I think Nierva and Val have like sharper features, more regal features, so to speak, but also more wild features.
Each character is in a different art style.
Yeah, exactly. Just like our pictures here. With August, it's definitely just he's probably a bit taller, with like a bit like thicker of a chest, so to speak. Like like bigger arms and stuff. That's more muscular.
Looks like a Rajang body type.
Yes.
Admiral, is that you? What did you say about Joan? Sorry.
Joan? I guess their more draconic features would be Arpin, like you said before. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
When you probably see them raise, which they were during that fight, and you see like. Normally it's just scales going up the arms and stuff and like sharp teeth, but you see like their face almost snout-like in this memory, as like it very much looks more dragon than any of you guys have seen Joan. Not like scary dragon. Again, it's regal. It's tough because Joan has very much protected Elliot, so it's not like Elliot's scared of her.
Yeah, I'm not scared of Joan, but Nerva?
I don't know how she can be
Uh,
more scary. She's already scary.
Oh, you can always get more.
I would imagine that like if Elliot thinks that Joan is very like tough and like imposing, I imagine how that would play out with her being frightened would be that the spider dragon would just look that much more like imposing.
Yeah. Oh,
than her.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
towering
no.
sort of.
Dude, it's not large size. It's like gargantuan or huge. Like
Yeah, it's bigger than
Oh.
it actually was, but a lot of the features are pretty on point.
yeah,
Yeah.
like twisted, distorted to where it's like creepiness.
I would. I'm not sure. I would imagine with like Elliot, considering how analytical Elliot is when it comes
Yeah.
to creatures.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. That's why.
Oh yeah, I did do because I kept shotting it. I get to know features of it. It's like
Yeah, no, you are very. Like I said, it might be bigger than it actually was, but at the same time, the details are solid on there.
Yeah.
And-
the one thing about good old Elliot.
It's like a exaggerated but very on point.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And Flight nods. He's like, I see which notes they would have had to find. Like, I see this part. Like, he's like listing all parts of the hybridization that he's recognized. Oh, they tweaked this, and why did they do that? That was a dumb choice. Like, all sorts of like insulting mannerisms you can imagine. Like with somebody, you're listening to somebody who has no filter.
Complete amateurs. Complete amateurs.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, it's also seen its breath weapon and darkness capabilities.
Like, oh, those are good. He jots down notes about those.
How does Ihane look watching this? The two big forces that were like terrible to her.
She still looks pale, and I think at one point, like, I think it's probably Vel that notices this, because it's very slight. She just touches the small of her back for a short time. Well, I think it was Vel that before knew she had Scarsdale. I think it was Vel that came across that. Because she was the one that was
remember that.
I think you came across it because you were in the religious area.
It might have been. It might have been Joan too. Maybe. I'm
Maybe.
not sure, but-
But if you didn't come across it, you just noticed that she's touched the small of her back. But it was very like a light touch that she quickly moved her arms back to her sides and whatnot. But she looks pale for a drow, and she looks uncomfortable watching that.
Yeah.
Argus will probably kind of give some context on this. We found this creature, whatever you'd want to call it, in whatever state it's in. We found it. Well, we discovered signs of abductions in. I forget the town name.
I mean,
Corsair's Rest.
Corsair's
Yes.
Rest. Yeah, in a portside town named Corsair's Rest. On our way to.
Ihane nods. She's like, I know of it. It's where we first landed when we came to this continent.
Yes. Well, we discovered that there was a sect of the dragon religion that had settled there, and that seemed to have. I wouldn't quite say openly forsaken the rest of their kind, or at least the ones that didn't agree with them, but they were working against other parts of their own. And, well, once we looked into it, we discovered a lot more information about how they have been abducting
dragonborn in the area and surrounding areas, and using them as sacrifices for their plot to resurrect Tiamat.
Just saying,
well,
I could have been way meaner to you guys in that town. Just saying.
Yeah, 3 of the party is part dragon.
Yeah.
When we looked into it, as well, we initially they weren't exactly hostile. There was a possibility of being able to get transportation through them as one of the means to the island, but we decided to look into them as they seemed a bit off. There were signs that something was amiss, and we managed to...
I'd like to imagine as you're talking, Val is nodding like she knew all along. Like, yup, I was the one that said it.
But we managed to find the leader of this sect of my brain just skipped a beat. Managed to find the leader of this sect, and well, we eavesdropped on them a bit, discovered them seemingly talking with either...
We killed that bitch.
Was it Tiamat that we heard them talk to specifically?
From your interpretation, it seemed likely they were talking to Tiamat.
Yeah.
You don't have full confirmation, but it seemed likely.
Yeah. It seemed likely that they were either conversing with their own god or perhaps a higher up member of their group.
Don't we steal his skull?
Yes.
Yes.
An altercation did unfortunately break out, but that's how we came across the spider dragon, as that was what they sent upon us. But we did, though a bit gruesome in its method, we did manage to bring the head of that leader with us, and through a bit of magic we managed to get some questions out of them and help translate some of the notes that we found.
And Argus will kind of, I assume, well, actually, yeah, Elliot, I think it sells a book on them then. And
Yeah, I handed to him. It's like, yeah, here's some notes on the translation, all that stuff. Also, to mention that spider wasn't technically a dragon; it was a monstrosity, if I recall.
No, I have it down at the dragon.
Oh, it is a dragon?
It probably, I think what I said was like a split between the two.
Oh, a split.
Like, it's definitely, like, it has dragon, like, features and dragon parts, but it's definitely a monstrosity, too.
Yeah, like, somewhere between, like, hybrid monstrosity and true dragon. Somewhere in between that.
And Flight just, like, flips through the notebook. And they misspelled that word. You don't know whether it's your notes that you wrote or the other. But yeah. Oh, Elliot definitely assumes it was.
Yes, absolutely.
But well, very good. I'll look into this. I'll see if I can't find out who's been giving away my information like that. I don't like people getting my creations free of charge.
Yeah. Argus. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Argus will. Well, yeah. Argus will mention
And we did at least manage to get a few leads on possible locations of other heads of their operation, though with with them having to work against both the guild and I would imagine the commission being a thorn in their side too, if they were privy, though I would assume we're privy to their plot now, but I'm not sure exactly how up to date or accurate this any leads on their locations might be, but a few of the major cities do have sects of their group in it. And, well, at least from what we can tell, the ones that we did get leads on are ones that have turned or have been in on the mutiny or the schism in their group.
Ayane nods solemnly. She's like, "We will take whatever information you can give us. We'll look into it. You
Sorry.
You all deserve a rest, though. We'll make sure you have time before you go on your next job to rest up and prepare. Give you like a 2-week vacation so you can care for your new companion there as well."
Yura's tail kind of curls around the front of it.
Yeah. Ahana has made no moves towards it. She looks at you down here, but she's like, if it does molt or anything, we would appreciate it. If anything it does not need for itself, if you could let us examine it so that we don't need to go anywhere near it itself. We don't know what kind of diseases it could be susceptible to, and doing any kind of testing on its older materials would give us insight into that. But only upon your permission.
We will see what happens.
She nods as if that's the answer she expected.
As an aside note, have you found anything new, any news about the hunters that I asked you to find?
We have
Or
heard
the eggs?
some leads, but Flight here has also gotten an idea, and Flight pipes up. Oh yeah, that. We could always delve into your memories to get images of them. You most likely have blotted a lot of it out, and it would be traumatic to say the least to force you to relive that. But we could do it if you wanted. It would speed up the process.
She kind of grits her teeth and
It would show you the faces of them?
If you saw them, yeah.
Then I'll do what I must.
Take time to prepare. It's more than delving into your memories. It's your mind is put up walls to protect yourself. There'll have to be people you trust delving in, not me. As you clearly don't trust me. I don't know why. I'm symbol of freedom. You should trust me clearly, but irregardless, we will work on getting the ritual set up, and it might have to be your companions that go into your mind instead of us.
Mm.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
No, it's okay. Well, like she said, you'll have some time off. She lobbied for 2 weeks. I said 2 days was fine, but you know how she is. So you better not go like, Shirky, you better go and recover up. We don't know what's gonna happen next. We were attacked by the drow again after you guys left.
I would, well, considering the security you have up here alone, I would trust you are well aware of how important it is to keep this information, well, close to your chest.
But
At least,
that's why
at
we
least-
had you come up here to talk to us. We weren't sure what you were gonna say, and, well, no area in this whole facility more locked down than here.
And Argus will kind of mention and about the other thing we fought since.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
Argus.
Oh,
Do want me to say it or you?
you could say it. Argus will. Elliot probably is a bit better at recounting the finer details. I'm not quite a.
I like to imagine you haven't moved. You're so nervous. You're still right next
Yeah,
to
no,
it.
makes sense.
And you just feel another claw inside your head.
Yeah,
Uh,
Argus is kind of like very stoic too, like kind of just like not quite like scared stiff, but like very like rigid.
Yeah. To put it bluntly, we fought.
You turn and you see another silver ribbon heading towards the monitor.
Yeah. To put it bluntly, sir and ma'am, we fought a corrupted Teostra, possibly under the influence of Lulth for the past decade, maybe?
As the fight starts playing across the
Yeah,
TV
and those
screens.
memories, I imagine, are a little blurry because, mind blasted.
Oh yeah, every time you got hit with psychic like damage, like the screen goes fuzzy.
Yeah, I only was hit by mental damage.
Yep.
I would imagine it's almost like those lost footage videos. Where
Yep.
it's like very very like grainy, spotty footage.
Yeah.
And then it all goes black, and then fades back out of black to everybody being down except for two people. And,
Ugh. Oh, and technically, I did understand it. So
yeah, and you guys, once again, you guys hear it talking. You guys hear, like, it talking about how it'll burn the whispers from its head. You can't hide from its wrath, preached upon. It assumed you are. Yeah, you see it knock you unconscious, Nova. You see you go down, and then you see it. The pain it feels knocked you unconscious, and it's still rampaging, so to speak. It says
And
no
we
more
kept-
voices. It'll tear the red from your bones. It's very clear it thinks you worked for Loth, and it wanted to burn you all for the pain it felt.
yeah. Also, the clutch moment before TPK.
Oh yeah, that caused out a whole psychic ripple across all of you guys.
Yeah, not Elliot's luck. Him and clutch.
Yeah. Tane finds he's like, hey, feel for that poor beast. A lot of the pain that it felt, I had felt for years myself. It's not easy living with the whispers of the Vital Queen in your head. It's not a path I would recommend to anybody or wish upon anyway. The fact that it suffered like that for 10 years. I'm glad it's at rest now.
Yeah, we did give it a proper funeral. Though also takes out the corrupted Teostra blood.
Right,
Did not
plucks it
forget-
from your hand.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll look into this myself. I wonder what. Oh. We have it? Yeah. What? Oh, the 10. The event ended. It made me look up at Discord. That's my dropped. I wonder what will come from this as he like moves it off to the side to puts it in a centrifuge.
Yeah, I think we did add Regia to. Did we? No, it was the other materials.
Yeah, well, we gave, I think, a bit of blood to, or no, I think we gave some of the spider dragon materials to Reggie.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
kinda look
yeah,
into.
yeah. Regia has some of the
Yeah.
other spider materials
But
he's looking at.
you guys have debriefed enough. You guys can go and rest now. We shouldn't keep you that long. Go and at least trust that anything said in here cannot magically be eavesdropped on.
Oh, thank goodness.
As you guys can recognize a dismissal.
Okay. Guess Argus will just kind of give a nod, and then I assume look to the rest of the group and kind of follow their lead.
Yeah, we're going out.
Before we leave, I would like to ask Isolde about the OCD, the chromatic devotion, order of chromatic devotion, if she knows about it.
That's the name that they had in these lands. It's not as terroristic as some of the other cults in the Dragon Queen's name. They seemed at least to have a nice balance to them, but it seems like her influence has tipped the scales once again. What about them did you need to know, Val?
If she knew where the main temples are,
They kept secret. Worship of any deity that is known as evil to others is always frowned upon. Had plenty of people push back against the inclusion of her altar here at the commission, but I always felt it was better to give her some sort of respect than the slight of being ignored.
that was a smart decision.
The same reason we have a Loth altar too. I might not like what she made me and what she did to me, but directly spitting in a god's face, a deity's face, is never a bright idea. But to answer your question, no, I think there's one in the desert to the north. Don't know where, but if it's up there, they would explain how they're working with the drow. There's a city of drow up in the desert.
Good to know.
He nods. Anything else, guys?
No, not that I can think of.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think there's anything specifically. Oh, actually, I guess, yeah, Argus will just kind of mention, if anything comes of this and you need an extra hand, then I am willing to help provide an extra hand towards this. Well, it would only seem fitting considering we helped bring this to light and discover this information.
She
Well,
nods.
at least I would offer a hand. I would not speak for the others, as that's their decision. And if they want to delve into that sort of danger or not is up to them.
Yeah, she nods and she says, "I will let you know if and when that time comes." With that, you guys are free to leave.
Argus will give a nod and take his lead. Leave. Sorry.
Leave. Take our leave.
I'm making good use of the whisper command.
Oh yeah.
Whispering to the radar.
Well,
Oh, that, but Miz also making use of the I can't see what he whispers to you guys. And I set it up that way on purpose. I'm like, I don't need to see everything.
I'm mostly using it for like mental talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norva's given us all the gossip. You don't need to know any of it. Don't worry about it. But, yeah. But, yeah, as Argus does leave, he will kind of look a bit kind of relieved that that's over with, but still look kind of a bit on edge or nervous.
Yerba picks up Cosnix again, puts it on her back.
Yeah. You guys head back out. The automaton like waved at you guys. Is like, "Oh, I hope you guys have a wonderful night." And he's like, it looks like he's typing something up as you guys leave.
Yep.
As you guys walk out of the office, you guys feel like a creeping presence has been lifted off your shoulders as the magics that are in your equipment sink back into you.
Yep.
Yerba shivers in her scales.
Yeah, as we...
Yeah, but
Sorry.
you know there's so much magic in the world, yet in that room there was only one fountain of magic. That was flight.
Let's not go back in there if we have the choice.
Argus will kind of nod in agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah. As they get onto the elevator, Argus will kind of mention, at least, well, the lack of magic in there was at least convenient for us. Well, perhaps it might have made using any sort of magic, such as the spell you were talking about, Vel. It made that a bit more difficult, but I think I would have a hard time believing if Ihane was being impersonated, considering the opposition's conjoined ire towards her. Her disappearing would be, something that would be very significant to them. And, Flight, he's a bit too peculiar to be impersonated in full.
Ihane's mind felt the same to me. So unless she's been someone else this whole time.
Just to pipe him real quick. As soon as Elliot gets on the elevator, he is slumped, like sliding down the side, letting out a deep breath. Like, oh, like the weight of the world is off of him, and he just slumps to the ground, like, oh, that could have been worse.
As you guys descend through the elevator, I think this is a lovely spot to end the session for this week.
Downtime.
Yeah.
Down 2 weeks.
You guys have
babe.
2 weeks. Now, reminder to people like Elliot, So I don't think I need you to be this mean. You can, if you have Arcana, you could scribe scrolls that you know. Same for you, Vel.
Oh.
You can use downtime to scribe scrolls.
Oh,
Ooh.
wait, of spells that I know?
Yes. Now,
So
it takes different amount of days for different levels. And I will remind people to Mino, you are to me, to Mino, I get to be to you. So if everybody's... I literally was talking to somebody earlier, I'm like, Nux can make scrolls. I'm not making a bunch of silvery barb scrolls.
Yeah, no. no
I
I'm
specifically
not.
said, I'm like, I will be mean to Aaron. I would not make everybody in the party that can cast a spell be mean to Aaron. Maybe
Dude, like,
one, so that I can have my life saved, but that's it.
Listen, if we had 5 party members all with silvery barbs, you would have no.
Yeah. Well, technically, 2 of your party cannot cast spells.
Don't you have a Misty? Oh yeah.
I have
Yeah.
Misty. So the 2 spells that I could is silvery barbs and Misty Step. Which Misty Step on a cleric, that'd be pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, Elliot, Val, and I believe Nerva are the 3 that can cast spells.
Yeah.
Joan and August cannot. Therefore, Joan and August cannot use spell scrolls.
Yeah. This newfangled technology.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention that so you guys could consider that for part of your downtime, too. You have 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's
Um,
also the,
So, yeah. Well, I'm just wondering, like, we have a lot of stuff to sell. I'm wondering how much of the, how much downtime that would take specifically to get through some of that stuff.
we'll talk about
Yeah.
that. I'll probably let all of your selling happen in 1 week.
Okay.
And then you'll have a week to do what other. Either way, we'll talk about that more. I'm gonna end my stream now. I'm gonna try to be live with more Monster Hunter Wilds beta tomorrow, and we'll see how that all goes. More testing of weapons and seeing if I can't kill Raydal with my top 7 weapons. See if I can kill Raydal solo either way, but we'll see. I'd just like to say it again that Aaron has died every time we fought it, so I didn't have to die. Aaron took that. No, I'm saying 100%. Without Aaron's help, I 100% would have caught it.
oh,
I'm not denying that.
Aaron took all the strays.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it helped that I played Lance and I could block all attacks.
mhm.
Aaron could not. He had to dodge, and like those attacks sometimes have very little heads up. The only heads up you have is the screen goes grayscale for a second, and then you're dead.
No, I thought you were gonna say Aaron always died.
No,
Or
I'm
got
not.
carded.
No, we took it down. Yeah, no, Raydal really is keen on hitting Aaron with bases. We took it down every time we fought it. Like, we didn't triple caught to it. We've nearly triple caught it. But that's the difference. But yeah, that's gonna be that. Yeah, they ignore me. They're like, oh, he has a shield? Fuck that shit. Let's go after this guy with the longsword. But no, I'm gonna end stream here. Thank you guys for hanging out in my chat. And like I said, I'll try to be live again tomorrow. See ya.
Goodbye.
Bye.